I want to talk about I want to talk about uh, art, freedom of expression. I think that a freedom of expression is a real fucking problem. It's like I'm not a caveman gorilla diarrhea of Nazi nonsense. What I'm talking about is something higher. When you got everyone imitating each other and trying to speak over and say, oh, I'm the biggest one in town. No, I'm the biggest one in town. Well, what are you trying to express? You're trying to express yourself. Some people are bigger than other people. And when you have a freedom of expression, it ruins the voice. It destroys the soul. That is why God makes bad people stupid. Because it is a satanic problem on earth. So the next time someone says, oh, freedom, freedom, freedom of expression, you should say, learn to express yourself. Because I am like sick and tired of like going through all the modern digital era where everyone's got everything processed and informed on the forums and the guy up top is just like so sad about who gets in that he just gives up and gives it to everybody. It's so sad. It's really a miracle that things still manage to be able to work out. I'm really angry about this issue. Like when somebody is like the Mars Volta, for instance. Like if you're an extreme intellectual, you will gather meaning from the abstract words that they say. And then they say, oh, it's a Ouija board. Like, what if somebody with a Ouija board who had like a lyrical intellect, like this is why Cedric is so humble about his work, because he realizes it is a thing like that. He's lyrically skilled, so he sings about like he puts in like life things inside of the abstraction, so it becomes really trippy and you can derive a meaning from it. And if somebody were to do that and say that that is them, that is fraud and that is like sexual terror. You know what I mean? Cedric is a smart guy, and I'm not criticizing his image because he was really good about being humble. But yeah, guys, freedom of speech. What it means is we know that everyone is stupid, so it won't matter. That's why it's a good thing. There's still problems out there in like I think something that could solve it is the thing they got called tabula rasa, where it's like when the kids are in school, they like provide for the gifted children and they let the stupid children stay stupid. And that would like really instill like a lot of awareness about this issue to like respect the gifted people, because they'll get to know them if you stay in the same school for your whole life. Gifted children are more interactive with they try to investigate everyone, or almost, like that is part of their activity. Sanic. You know what reminds me of freedom of speech? Sanic. we're going out there. Santa time. Oh, I've had it with liars. I've had it with liars. Liars, guys. You realize that before forensic science, serial murderers used to get away with it. And the forensic science was not until like 1960 or 1960 something.
Simply open the box.
That was a constant problem of civilization throughout history. And then the new problem that is similar to that we still don't really have the equipment to deal with is lying.
So we came up with personalized plans that people...
If you get on the phone and report to the police a lie about your domestic partner, they could be put into a mental ward for political reasons. It's insane. A mental inquest warrant is loose violence on the run, like on the loose, for real. It's a domestic weapon without reason. Hearsay. It's Stone Age shit. Not to mention drugs. Drugs are illegal, so that every person who decides to be a drug dealer is putting themselves at risk for violent burglary. And if you're an important figure, if you've got notoriety and you're trying to influence culture, a lie about your sexual habits can actually ruin your life's goals, your legacy and stuff. You can lose your job. It gets harder to get it. It gets harder and harder to get a job the more it happens. It's insane. It's crazy. It's all over the news. Have you noticed the news? It takes like 10 years after you start following it. I started following the news when I was 18. Now I'm 28, and I can say that that's about how long it takes for everything to sort out. 10 years. The news is anarchy, guys. Politics, legal lying. Legal. Freedom of speech. Another thing is like cameras on the streets. They're like, oh, the government is evil and surveillance will empower them. Well, not if we had a proper education such that we would realize that the most gifted students in school are the ones who should be the law enforcement, not scientists. We don't need we don't need that shit. We need a proper law enforcement. And the cameras, they check up on the cameras so they can punish the criminals, so that the criminals know they will always be punished. And that is like, to me, when I think about the cameras on the streets everywhere, that is a pure sexist issue. Of course the guys are saying, oh, I'm not sure about that. And every girl is like, I need protection from rape. The fear creeps and hurts on the street. I can't walk at night. I'm having PTSD. I'm having severe pain and agony from the fear of rape. Did you guys know that? That's what it's like to be a female. Personally, I am also a huge fan of the Mars Volta, and that brings to mind another media miracle that's like similar in nature. It was called I can almost remember it. Xavier, Renegade Angel. It was on Adult Swim for like only a couple of years, I think, or maybe less. And it is like similar to the Mars Volta in the way I described. It's so incredible, man. Sonic. Living in the world is like living in Sonic. Oh, by the way, this music is super awesome. But I don't think anyone would like it, but besides me. So I won't mention it.